Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to David Gates Stadium on the beautiful campus of Heritage High School in Rogers, Arkansas, where it is homecoming. We welcome you to our broadcast for tonight's game versus the Bentonville West Wolverines versus your Heritage War Eagles. Once again, my name is Jermaine Brown, and I am here with the coach, head ball coach of the Heritage Boys basketball team, Coach Tom Olson. Coach, good to be back with you.
It's great to be here tonight, a beautiful homecoming. I've been through a few of those, Jermaine, in my career here at Rogers, and even way back when I was a kid, and I don't remember the community rolling out like I saw today as we rolled through the streets downtown Rogers. That was really awesome, and to see all the support and just all the community people out was just awesome.
It is. I always say it's a piece of Americana. I mean, all over the country, small towns like this enjoying the homecoming of their local high school. It's about as American as apple pie, not to use that cliche. But it's just another wonderful Friday night. So this game, both teams have struggled. They have struggled to put some wins on the board. Heritage is 0-7, 0-4 in the conference. West is 1-6. They got their first conference win last night. So this game presents an opportunity for both teams to kind of get their season on track. For Heritage to get their first win, and for Bentonville West to maybe go on a 2-game win streak, Coach.
Yeah, and the thing that kind of stands out to us.
What's up, Heritage? That's fine. No, it still records. Put on the headset.
So we're back here, and one of the things we want to point out, we're looking at a conference season here. That's three games away from ending, and when you look at the conference standings, you see a separation, obviously, with Bentonville's big win last week over Fayetteville, and they're leading the conference at 4-0, and then there's three teams, Springdale, Rogers, and Fayetteville at 3-1, and at 3-1, you got to think that they're looking at a state playoff berth almost clinched. But after that, you're going to look at a north side of Harbor, a Bentonville West, all at 1-3, and Rogers at 0-4. So the optimistic side of things here is a couple wins, and you're going to put yourself in 4th or 5th place, or 5th or 6th place, and really solidify a spot to go to the playoffs. And we all know that this is a very, very competitive conference to play football in, and if you can just get out of it, just get into a playoff scheme, who knows? Who knows what could happen?
Hey, Coach, I think we've kind of started to round into form, if you want to say. Offensively, we've picked it up the last couple of weeks. Dom Castaneda has really been steady, our quarterback. Terrell Myers has developed into a legit, bona fide deep threat. A couple of passes against Northside, and I think the Harbor game a couple of weeks ago, I mean, Dom Castaneda hit him in stride. He's streaking down the field. He's burning guys.
Yeah.
And then I always say the brother-to-brother combination, Dom Castaneda to Julian Castaneda. Julian's kind of developed into that move the chains, possession-type guy.
Yeah, no doubt. So we're going to take a break here to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Well, there's your pride of heritage. And even without Kyle Scheller, it's still pretty impressive.
The band, they always have a good time. I was talking to their director earlier, and just a wonderful guy, just full of energy. And the band really exemplifies the spirit of heritage, I think.
Yeah, and not to poke fun at Kyle Scheller, he's an amazing announcer. One of our teachers from Lingle Middle School announces the band, and it's worth the price of admission just to hear old Shell, bring out the band. So I think he used the word stomping out ignorance. I think I heard that, and open up the gates here at Gate Stadium. So good job, Kyle Scheller.
So getting back to our teams tonight, one thing I noticed in looking through watching the teams warm up, looking through the rosters, is that West is this year's team is not as big as you would normally see a Bentonville West team. This year, Heritage will have I don't want to say notable size advantage, but along the offensive and defensive lines, we have the quote-unquote bigger team.
Yeah, and that's not been the case this season, Jermaine. There's been many nights, especially last night, a couple of big horses there in the defensive line for Northside, and a couple more of them at both tackle and guard, and really given Heritage, a problem up front on both sides of the ball, which kind of is, probably a cliche or probably common when across the country when you don't get a lot of wins. It's usually those guys up front that are missing. And I'm not. I don't want to sound critical because I really want to praise those guys because a lot of those guys are kind of playing out of position, out of necessity, and that's not easy to do coming from a basketball coach when you ask a 6'3" guy and says, I know you're a guard, but
I need you to play post.
I need you to play post, and that's kind of what we're dealing with. We got some guys that should be playing linebacker and maybe even defensive backs, and they're up there with their hand on the ground in the defensive line. So
that's one thing. Like you said, Coach, about football. I mean, it's all about having the right guys in the right position, and like you said, sometimes you can't help it. I mean, you have to put a guy where you can fill a position. I mean, you have to put a guy. Hopefully, he can make a play, or slow a guy down, and let other guys get to the ball. One thing I noticed on defense is the old cliche about defense and stopping the run. Heritage has struggled to stop the run this year, but the old adage or whatever, I'm an old football guy, is like you have to be solid through the middle of your defense.
Yeah.
What that means is your defensive tackles, your D-line clogs up running lanes. Then at the next level, your linebackers are making sure they have the right fit. They trust their eyes and make sure they fill the gaps where they're supposed to be. And then that last part is your safety. What I mean with the safety is, he recognizes, he trusts his eyes, he sees what he's supposed to see, and then he runs downhill and makes a tackle. We've struggled with that some this year. I mean, teams have been able to come in and run the football on us.
Yeah, and you hit it on the head, Jermaine. Just the guys up front for our opponents have been able to get off the defensive linemen and into that second level. I hear offensive line coaches say they're climbing to the next level, and you've seen that especially over the last few weeks against Harbor and Northside, that those things have been really, really difficult for Heritage to really withstand. Offensively, I feel like there's been great strides this season, and the play of Castaneda from his junior year to his senior year is really special. Night and day, and you just kind of hope that in tonight's game they can find a way to slow the running game down a little bit and continue what they do offensively and give themselves a chance to win.
Folks, we invite you as we reach halftime to this in tonight's ball game to stick around, because we're going to broadcast all of our homecoming festivities, where the homecoming court will be announced, and all of our escorts and our king and queen will be announced as well. Just like we said earlier, homecoming is special. The stands are full. Everyone's in a great mood, and it's more incentive for these kids to come out and put on a show. One thing I did notice, Coach, we have a uniform change.
We do.
I really like coming out with the icy whites. That's what they call them, the icy white helmet.
Yeah.
And I can't get I was trying to get a look at what the decal is, but I think one of the basketball coaches told me it's a hologram with like feathers.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what that is. So, hey, we're looking here in a minute. We're going to see the guys out there at the toss, and like always say every week, we're trying to pay attention, but let's see who wins the toss. But that's Dom Castaneda and Evan Gaddy, along with Joseph Crowell and Michael Hester there at captains. And here's the toss, and it looks like Heritage has won the toss, elected to receive. And they will be traveling from south to north into a slight north breeze to start the game. So,
lovely evening tonight. Once again, it's been dry, and well, I'm sure like it has been all over Arkansas. But we got a little bit of rain overnight last night. The temperature's pretty. We got a nice temperature. It's a little chill in the air, and the teams are about to hit that tunnel and come out, and we're about to play some football, folks.
So, Heritage is one thing I think Heritage has been outstanding at any level. I've never seen anything like it, to be honest, with their ability to recover onside kick. And there's probably 2 or 3 of them that are out there that should have been on our side as well. So, anyway, it's been uncanny the way they've recovered onside kicks. And here they come here with their white helmets, hologram feathers on the side.
Icy white, Coach.
Icy white. I got it. Icy white. White pants.
That's a really sharp look. All right,
so we're getting ready for some football here tonight, and
here comes
all things point to a good performance here by Heritage. A lot of people feeling positive, and the kids are playing hard, and this one could be a good one.
And just like you mentioned earlier, Coach, I mean, there's still a lot to play for. I mean, there is still a lot to play for. I mean, basically you have, 4 spots maybe sewed up, but, I mean, you need 3 more, and it's, these teams that we mentioned, us, what else? Us, Northside, West, and
Harbor.
And Harbor, yeah. I mean, there's a lot to play for.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you got to keep things in perspective, too. And I said it earlier, the 7A West is as competitive a football conference as there is in any part of the country in high school sports. And if you can hang around in this league, you're pretty good.
Yes.
If you can compete at all, you're a pretty good team. I mean,
yes.
And when you start throwing in, the guys that are going to go play on Saturdays, and in like last week when we were at Northside, we watched a video of 7 or 8 Northside high school graduates that played in the NFL.
Yes.
So, I mean, we're just not talking about, guys that are going to play Division II or maybe small college football. We're talking about guys that are going to be playing under the lights and even playing on Sundays. So that's what these guys have been up against, this year and every year, and that's what makes this night fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually what we're on games that we broadcast, we look through the roster. Oh, this kid is committed to this guy. Oh, this kid's going here. Oh, this kid's playing for the Razorbacks next year. We've seen that quite a few times over the last couple of years, Coach.
Yeah, because the first guy that pops to mind is Dre Greenlaw, that played at Fayetteville High and played at University of Arkansas, and then then he's in the Super Bowl with the 49ers. So those are the kind of guys that you're up against night in, night out. So it's a competitive league. You may not fare very well in this league, but what if you were in some other league? You'd probably be pretty good.
Yes.
So here we go.
So Bentonville West teeing it up. Ball's on the 40-yard line. That kicker was
Hester is back deep, number 1 for the Birds.
And the ball is kicked off. We're underway. It's a good return right there.
Jaden Cortez.
Nice return. Brings it up to the 28-yard line, 29-yard line, where the War Eagles will have it 1st and 10. Dom Castaneda, senior quarterback, has been really solid this year. He's made really good decisions with the ball. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way a lot. He's making the smart plays.
Seems to, yeah. And tonight's a big night here, and right off the bat is I mean, it's a critical drive right here to start.
Castaneda fakes it.
And that's Evan Gordon on the carry, and a nice gain.
Nice first play right there, Evan Gordon. Now I'm seeing that decal. That's pretty slick, Coach.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 4 with a nice run by Evan Gordon, number 20. Junior running back, 5'11", 195.
So War Eagles are going with a little sugar huddle, like a half huddle type deal. Looks like Gordon will get the ball again. Really good gain, and that's going to be enough for a first down for the War Eagles.
And you like to see that, Jermaine, right up, nothing really fancy, just a couple off tackles running, 1 for 5, 1 for 6, and now it's first and 10 at the 41-yard line of Heritage.
Our line looking really good, firing off the ball. This is what I like to call an offensive lineman drive here. Just line up. Don't have to worry about pass blocking. Just line up, hit the guy in front of you, drive him off the ball, move a man against his will, and allow for your running back to find some space, a little crease in that line, and
right, exactly.
Get north.
So we had a clock issue here, a play clock. And as in most football stadiums, there's one on each end of the stadium. And when I looked down there before, Jermaine, it said E03.
How much time is it?
I didn't get real far in algebra or, any of that stuff. And I didn't really equate that to really understand how much time's left. So now we're going to reset the play clock here to 25 seconds, but I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Castaneda looking to the sideline, getting the play from the offensive staff, offensive coordinator. You might know him. His name is, I call him the man that ended the Chad Morris.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah, that's Ty Story.
Mr. Ty Story.
Former Hilltopper and Razorback.
Castaneda looking over that defense, has Hester in motion. Now he motions back into the backfield. Hand off to Hester on a little outside zone. Hester dances a little bit, gets the ball down. Might be a gain or 2 on there. We'll give him a gain of 2, or no, actually a gain of 1 on the play.
Jeffrey Collins there, defensive lineman with the tackle for West. And again, kind of a different look on the defensive line from what we've been seeing over the last 6 weeks. So Heritage is at 2nd and 9 on their own 42-yard line.
Castaneda looking over the defense. Looks like we have a false start on that by, looks like the majority of the offensive line there. So it brings up 2nd and 14, a 5-yard penalty there.
Yeah, then those are the mistakes that have really plagued us over the last few years.
Pre-snap penalties. This brings up 2nd and 14 for the War Eagles. Ref starts they didn't stop the clock on that. I thought it was okay. Well, never mind.
So it's be 2nd and 14. Go ahead.
Castaneda, fake snap, rolls out, rolling, looking, and has a man. It is complete.
And that.
It's the brother-to-brother combo.
Brother-to-brother there, and a nice route by Julian. It looked like he was going to take it up the sideline and then put the brakes on for a nice gain of about 8 yards, bringing up 3rd and 5 from the Heritage 46-yard line.
Tell you what, Coach, he has really developed into that chain-moving type, possession-type receiver. Terrell Myers is your deep threat guy, but Julian Castaneda, he's that sure-handed, finds a hole in the middle of the zone, sits down.
And there, a miscommunication there in a pass out to number 18 to Jake Stout, bringing up 4th down and 5 from the 46-yard line of Heritage, and it looks like Heritage is going to like to punt this one away.
Maybe.
Yeah, the teams are dangerous, Jermaine. I mean, I've been in the situations on both sides where you feel like you got a good team going into the state tournament, and you're playing a team that really has no pressure, and you're like, my God, they could do about anything. What makes a difference? And so, yeah, here's a punt, and who knows what could happen.
And it's Hester. He's always the punter, so he's one of our faster guys. So it's always dangerous when, your speed guys back there handling the punts, because he could just kind of take a couple steps and get to the outside before you know it.
And Hester with a punt of 30-yard, 25-yard, 26 yards, gives West the ball at their own 31-yard line.
Now, as we said in the beginning of our broadcast, now it's we want to see what this defense does. I mean, a lot of teams have been able to come in and run the ball against us, and it's just kind of run right through the middle of our defense. So let's see if we've shored up that area on this first drive here.
And a flea flicker to start it
out.
Flea
flicker trick play, and they has a man, and he catches it. That was a great adjustment by number 2.
Yeah, Ryan Adam. We feel like it. ADJAM.
Adjam. Oh, but there is a penalty on the play. What do we call it?
We are moving right along here with the refs.
Oh, it looks like they might have had a
illegal formation, legal procedure play. So that's going to wipe out a big gain for West and make it 1st and 15 from their own 26-yard line.
Well, it gives that Heritage War Eagle defense something to think about, though. I mean, you got to have really good eye discipline.
Yeah, and I think, it's kind of a good design because, Heritage has struggled stopping the run. So let's give them a little wrinkle right off the bat, think we're going to run the ball and be sneaky, but they might have just outwitted themselves a little bit.
Thompson swings it out to the flat there, has a man. He has some room. Looks like he throws it to the big tight end.
That's Asher Swoboda. If you've been around Bentonville West for a few years, that Swoboda name has been kind of common. He's listed here as a freshman, and wide receiver at 6'2" and 205.
Freshman getting this action. There is another penalty, folks. So Bentonville, it is a holding. So two plays, 2 penalties.
Well, no wonder they're getting all these big plays because they're cheating. So after two plays and what looked like to be 2 big gains, it's 1st and 11 for Bentonville West. So two big gainers for naught.
Thompson looking over the defense. Takes a snap, was a low snap. He's looking, throws it, incomplete. That was to Adjam.
Yeah, and Evan Gordon there was in quickly to put some pressure on Trey Thompson. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Obviously, Trey was trying to get rid of the ball there before his receiver really got out of the break, and that was due to some good pressure and a good call defensively. One thing, Jermaine, we got to get some bigger print on these rosters.
Yeah, here we are with readers, and we're still looking at the table.
I'm going to get out, a magnifying glass up here to see who's who.
It was a nice little tunnel screen going to number 23. That's Harris Vinson, senior. But that play really didn't go anywhere, so that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, Myers and Misakaitis there were right there on the catch, so not much of a gain there, maybe a yard or 2. It's 3rd and 9 here. Ball placed at the West 32-yard line.
So you would almost think this is a passing down here, which War Eagles have been pretty solid pass defensive-wise, but West has a man in motion. Thompson back to throw, and he throws it incomplete.
No, it's going to be complete there to number 10, William Davis.
Enough to move the needed 11 and got looks like he got 14.
Yeah, first down West. Nice throw by Thompson. Nice catch by Davis, and it's going to be 1st down West.
Hadn't seen their running back, their leading rusher, Braden Nash, have a carry yet. So Nash moves. He was in the backfield, but then motioned out of the backfield, and they're going to throw it to the big tight end.
That's Swoboda.
Swoboda again.
And that's Tyler McFan from his linebacker position. Gain of 4, bringing up 2nd and 6. 48-yard line of West.
So the West, looks like their strategy, they're going to air it out a little bit. Now there's a running back, handoff to the running back, number 7, Braden Nash. He's their leading rusher. Averages about 57, 58 yards a game. That was a nice little gain there. Looks like he's gained a 3.
3rd and 2.
So brings up 3rd and 2 by a tackle made by Jaden Cortez. So West going with a little tempo here.
Well, he's got a lot of space there.
Looks like that was a sweep to Ryan Adjam.
Adjam. That's the way Mr. Gaffney's pronouncing it.
And that was enough for a first down there. Terrell Myers again on the tackle.
So Bentonville West with their 3rd first down here in the first quarter, and they're on the move all the way down to Heritage's 29-yard line.
Thompson back to pass and flips it to Swoboda.
He's a big part of it, Jermaine, already. Swoboda, freshman. And a lot of freshmen are playing now, and it's going to sound, so please take this for what it's worth. It's going to sound a little critical, but the freshmen aren't as young as they used to be. And that's a good thing. I'm saying that in a good way, but a lot of times the freshman is the age of a sophomore.
There's a little tunnel or a little screen pass there.
It's going to bring up 3rd down, and Terrell Myers there on the tackle. Adjam on the catch.
So Adjam and Swoboda, those are the names. Looks like those are the go-to guys.
They're the big part of it so far.
Big part of their offense. And the quarterback Thompson, he's had some easy throws, easy completions, kind of get him into a rhythm.
Yeah.
So West, the empty backfield. Looks like we have a timeout by the War Eagles. Folks, we're going to take a timeout with them. 6 minutes and 6 seconds left. Your score is tied at 0.
Always remember to drive your own bus.
And we're back. 3rd and 5 here. Bentonville West trying to eke out another first down. Obviously, Heritage is trying to knock them back and get them out of field goal range. And Trey Thompson here back in shotgun.
Has a man, swings it out to.
That's trouble.
Little tunnel screen there, busted to the 10-5 touchdown, West.
Not enough defenders over there, Jermaine. We looked a little outnumbered. Touchdown West. It's going to outflanked us. I guess is the way to say that. But they caught us after the timeout and a good call and a nice pitch and catch, and that's number 10, correct?
Yes.
William Davis, who had a big catch for a first down to keep a drive going, and then now catches the touchdown pass, making it 6-0.
Good play design there. I mean, they kind of caught us with a, they kind of bunch formation on that left side over there and kind of threw they call it like a little tunnel, well, a little ISO screen, a little tunnel screen there. Gave him a chance to get his other receivers upfield blocking. This guy kind of catches the ball, makes the cut, and then turns it upfield, and he's untouched.
He was untouched. And there were a couple blockers in front of him that were untouched as well. So they really caught us in a bad formation. I guess we'd say a bad set in basketball. That's one where you look at your staff and say, hey, let's not let that happen again. Okay. When we see that, let's get this figured out. So
our defense, that last drive, we were able to put them in favorable down and distance. Well, for the defense, I mean, we had a couple of 3rd and longs, and of course that
just couldn't get off the field.
Just couldn't get off the field. So the War Eagles will get the ball here for the second time.
That's Nick Byrne, junior kicker. He's going to try and boom this, and it's going to go
into the end zone.
into the end zone. In the old high school rule of once it touches, touchback.
Yep. So the Warriors will have the ball on the 20-yard line, or their own 20-yard line. This last drive, we moved the ball. The drive just kind of stalled out on us there. But we were able to move the ball. We ran the ball very well. Had a couple of nice completions. So
it's time to go on one of those nice 8-minute drives and score a touchdown and tie this thing up.
Defensive players love that, Coach. You're thanking the quarterback after they score a touchdown. Thanks, you gave us some time to rest here. It looks like we tried a little outside zone play there, but it was read well by that Bentonville West defense.
It's gonna lose 2 yards. Hester with a negative play there. It's gonna be 2nd and 12.
So again, I always call this a little sugar huddle there. They don't. It's not the traditional everybody get in a circle and huddle. They just kind of look to the sideline and get in their position. Castaneda back to throw, and it is incomplete pass intended for brother Julian Castaneda. I'll bring up 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 12.
So quickly to 3rd down here, and that's really not what we were hoping after the West scoring drive on their last possession. But you got to make plays, Jermaine.
That's right. You have to.
Everybody plays hard. I'm going to get on my soapbox. Everybody plays hard. Playing hard is an expectation. You got to make a play, and here's a chance to make a play and keep this drive going.
Castaneda back to pass, looking, tries to set up the little tunnel screen there, but it was sniffed out by that Bentonville defense. Pass to brother-to-brother combination there. Julie Castaneda. Looks like that play lost the yards as well, so it's going to bring up 4th and 15, and the Warriors are forced to punt. You got to make plays to keep that offense on. Coach always say, keep your offense on schedule.
Right.
Win on 1st down, and then if you get a first and you get 6 yards on 1st down, and then 2nd down another 1 yard. I mean, it's 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable, and you keep that offense on schedule. We failed to do that on this drive. So that punt's going to roll all the way to the 45
of Heritage. And that's a good point, Jermaine. A lot of sports are similar. I can still remember back when Moses was a sophomore and I was playing baseball, and the pitching coach would be barking at me to get ahead of the hitter, throw a strike on the first pitch, and just get going in the right direction. And obviously that too is those 1st down plays are tremendous just to have a positive play. And in the last drive, Heritage first play, -3, and not able to recover from that. And West is going to take over on the Heritage 45-yard line.
Well, speaking of baseball, the Fall Classic starts tonight.
A lot of big things happening tonight.
Arkansas, Kansas in the preseason game. Looks like Q Thompson's going to keep that on a quarterback sweep.
And that's number 77. We were talking about him. That's Braxton Farmer from Bentonville West, about maybe some size we might overlook. And he's listed at 6'3" and 364. And I think he probably is. He's there at right tackle. 77 doesn't look very big on his back. So he's a big drink of water down there on that right side of the offensive line.
Coach, they like to call them maulers.
Maulers, yeah.
He's a mauler. So a little outside zone play goes to Braden Nash, his 2nd carry of the ball game. That's going to be enough for a first.
It looks as if it's going to be first down at the 34-yard line of Heritage.
So you needed 5 and got 6 on that play.
Heritage has been the edges have been getting sealed. Is that the right way to say that, Jermaine?
We're not setting the edge.
Not setting the edge. Okay,
as far as defense, defensively. Q Thompson's going to throw it downfield, and the Paul, great defense right there. That's number 16 there.
That's Cohen Smith on the coverage. He was one-on-one there on the side. And
you left him on that island, Coach.
Harris Vincent, a wide receiver for West, is slow getting up. I think I always feel like the kid's wheel gets lopsided when they turn an ankle. It just is like you got a flat tire, and he kind of looks like that walking off. But hopefully, for his sake, that he'll be able to walk that off, and it won't be anything serious. But
well, Cohen Smith did really good on that.
He did a good job. He got his head turned right. And found the ball and kept contact with the receiver and was able to knock it away with his inside hand. It was pretty textbook.
That's that, yeah. I was just getting ready to say that. That was textbook coverage there. So brings up 2nd and 10. Trey Thompson back in the shotgun. Takes the ball. He's throwing it, looking. Now he's going to pull it and run. Makes a guy miss, and he's going to have a first down after a gain of 15 on the play.
Yeah, Trey Thompson there, like a design quarterback draw, at least an option to draw, to run the ball. And a nice play, and it's going to be first down Bentonville West, and they're knocking on the door again. Not something we were hoping we wouldn't see much of, and we've already seen it twice here in the first quarter.
That's one thing, Coach, on that run. The quarterback loves to take the snap, and if he sees the defenders, the backside of their jerseys, he's going to turn it upfield. Braden Nash again on the carry, and
a really nice play by Tyler McFan there on the run for just a minimal gain of maybe a yard or a yard and a half.
It's 2nd down.
Well, that number 77 he's a mauler. You always want to put your bigger offensive lineman at right tackle. Usually the old adage is, your athletic guy, you put him on the left
side,
and your masher, you put him on that right side.
So 2nd and 9, 2:20 here left in the. Ooh, and that's a fumble.
And they're going to.
That's a bad call.
Bad call. That was thrown behind.
Behind the line of scrimmage and backwards. Be nice to see that one again. If we could, be nice to see that one again. That ball was definitely thrown in a backward angle from our angle. I thought that was a fumble all the way.
I mean, he took a step back and threw it threw it behind him. There's no way he threw that forward.
There's no way. So it's going to bring up a critical 3rd down play here for Heritage here to get a stop and get off the field.
So Trey Thompson in the shotgun, empty backfield. He's going to fake the throw and throws a little screen pass there. And once again, that tunnel screen leads to a touchdown Bentonville after a blown call. I will say it, folks. A blown call allows the Wolverines another play. And
fortunate there. That's one of those breaks.
Mm-hmm. And they take
that's
advantage.
What happens in every game. There's a questionable call, and that one was definitely questionable. But we're going to move forward.
Yeah, we're not. Well, we're not on the staff. We're not on the football staff, so we can criticize the refs all we want to up here. And it looks like the kick is good. So with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left, your score is Bentonville West 14, Heritage 0. Again, on a terrible call there.
William Davis on a almost identical call and play and run from an almost identical area of the field and makes it 14-0 West.
That's something we've got to figure out. Like you said, that identical screen, that little tunnel screen is what they call it, where you have you swing it out to your – he was the outside receiver.
Yeah.
He swings it, he kind of takes a cut in. You have two inside receivers
right.
Block out, and he kind of comes underneath and catches it, and he's untouched.
We were close, really close to really breaking that up, and we just kind of slipped through our hands.
So that's an adjustment. I mean, I'm sure our defensive staff is going to bring the guys over to the sideline and it's like, hey, guys, this is what they're doing to us on that little tunnel screen there. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to adjust. Need a big drive right here, Coach.
Yes.
So the kicker is at number 47. Hunter Vinson is the kicker. He's getting it teed up. And it is underway. It is off, and that one's going to go out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Kind of took a bounce and then rolled out the back of the end zone.
We've got a decent breeze tonight, blowing from the north end of the stadium, kind of a northeastern kind of wind. Not the best wind if you're a bass fisherman. You know, my father used to say, you know, wind from the east, fish bite the least, was kind of his motto. So we like the southwesterly winds a lot better.
Castaneda takes a snap. Is going to hand it to Hester on a little outside zone play, swallowed up by that West defense.
It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
They're setting what we meant earlier by setting the edge. What Bentonville's West defense is doing, they see that play. That defensive end sees that play coming to them. He just kind of stands his man up and holds his ground, sets that edge, and allows his other teammates to flow to the ball. That's what we mean by setting the edge.
Yeah, and they've done a nice job with that. We haven't had much outside whatsoever. To the boundary. I mean, I can remember, you know, some old football announcers always saying.
Castaneda rolling, and he's swallowed up. No one's open, and really good pressure by that West defensive line there.
Yeah, there's a host of Bentonville West guys there on the sack. And way behind the sticks here, making it 3rd and an eternity.
That's 3rd and Lowell, right?
Yeah.
So,
almost, yeah. It's 3rd and Avoca, I guess, going that direction.
Yeah.
So here it is, 3rd and 20 from our own 10-yard line.
Castaneda back to pass, swings it out to Hester, and once again, he's swallowed up by a host of Wolverine defenders. Another huge loss on that play, and it's going to bring up 4th. And now this is a dangerous. This is kind of a non-favorable punt here, Coach. I mean, Hester's going to have to punt from out of his end zone.
Yeah, and there's 29 seconds left on the clock, and now 15 on the play clock. So there's 9 seconds difference. It'd be really something if you could to hold off and not have to punt the ball into the wind, but we're going to have to get rid of it, and it's not going to be a very good punt. The ball is going to roll dead at our own 15-yard line. So
that's basically a 15-yard punt.
From the line of scrimmage, we gained 10 yards from the 5 to the 15. So
the War Eagles have it in
West.
Yeah. Not West. I'm sorry.
A lot of W's. Yeah. War Eagles, West, Wolverines.
As Bentonville West will have the ball at a very, very favorable field position. Looks like they're going to have the ball at the 16-yard line. Trey Thompson takes the snap. Throws it to the big tight end, number 23. That's Harris Vinson.
Yeah, that's the young man that had a little bit of the ankle injury, we thought, on that play where Cohen Smith knocked it away, but a nice play there. And West is threatening, not only threatening, they're at the 2.
Looks like they blow the plate.
And that's going to be the end of the period. So the optimistic side of this, Jermaine, is what's it going to look like when we're with the wind? Are we going to be able to throw the ball a little bit more than what we did in the first half? But with that, let's send it to a commercial. We'll take a break with them.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only.
Here we go, Bentonville West, 1st and goal on the Heritage 2-yard line. And that's going to be a handoff to Nash, and he's going to walk in untouched.
There's a touchdown West brings the score to 20-0 here with 5 seconds off the clock there.
11:55 here in the second.
It's a quick drive. I mean, that's why field position is so critical. You get a short punt, they get the ball on their 16-yard line, and 3 plays later, they're putting 7 on the board. Extra point is up, and it is true. So with 11:55, just beginning the second quarter, the Bentonville West Wolverines are up 21-0. Folks, it's been brought to our attention that, Coach, I mean, we're like ESPN here. we actually have a sideline reporter for this game, Miss Audrey Greenwell. She is a sophomore here at at Heritage, and from time to time we will be sending it down to Audrey to get a sideline report and a coach interview at halftime. So something new here, folks. Like I said, from our first broadcast this year, I'm nervous every time I do this because I feel like we're Troy Aikman and Joe Buck up here, for Monday Night Football.
It's amazing that the turnaround here, and thanks to Jerry Davenport, who's kind of headed this program up, and from years past to where we're sitting now in a bigger. I mean, we moved up to I feel like George and Wheezy moving on up, and that looks like Julian Castaneda on the catch, but he's not going to get much to the 26-yard line.
That was a bad kick, Coach, the win.
Yeah,
I said we're kicking into the wind.
Yeah, I think that it was by design to put one up there and see if they could get the ball back. And a nice play by Castaneda, just corralling that and catching the ball. Let's not what do they say?
Don't underestimate the catch. That's one of the most underrated skills.
Yeah.
Like fielding punts and kickoffs is a very underrated skill in football. I mean, you're having to catch a punt and think about a guy just blasting you in the chops. That's So Castaneda.
A lot of room over here.
It's like a fake reverse there, and Julian gets to the outside, makes a guy miss, and he is spun down at the 35-yard line, the War Eagle 35-yard line.
Nice call there by Ty Story. The Wolverines have been really aggressive, and they're a kind of a misdirection there. Kind of might keep some of those guys from getting a little bit too antsy when going one direction. So kind of using their speed against them right there. So nice call by Ty.
It's great play call awareness. So they always say if your D line is rushing upfield, get them going side to side. They'll kind of cool that rush off a little bit. On second down, that's Evan Gordon. Tries to find some room out on that right side, but
he's going to get a yard. He's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
So 3rd and 4, your offense is on schedule, coaches. Very manageable. It's favorable down and distance for the offense.
Yeah, this is an opportunity here to maybe put something together and give our defense a chance to catch their breath. And
it's like shift there by the offensive, by the tight end. It's like we're going to pull a whole bunch of guys to the right side, but that's still well defended by the Wolverines. It's going to bring up 4th and 2. Coach, I think they're going to keep that offense on here. I mean, at this point, you need to be aggressive. I mean, you're down by 3 scores. It's 4th and 2. At least they're going to punt it. So they bring
Castaneda is still in there.
He's still in. Okay.
Evan Gordon there. Julian Castaneda there all by himself out there one-on-one. The top of your screen. Timeout, War Eagles. And with that, we'll take a break as well.
back, folks.
4th and 2.
Offense is going to stay on the field. See what we got drawn up here.
Isaiah Yeager comes in at tight end. And looks like Hester is in to punt. And a better punt, and that's going to get almost over his head.
It's going to drop.
Oh, no.
It's Ajim. He's going to find some room out to the 45 yard line. A good punt by Hester, just a good return by West.
I thought for a second that ball was going to get over his head, but it did a really nice job corralling that thing. And like you said before, Jermaine, the catch is underrated.
It's one of the hardest things. I was a lineman. I was not skilled enough athletically to catch punts and kicks. So, but I've always heard it's one of the hardest things you can do on a football field. Handoff straight up the middle there for the running back Nash. He gets no room there.
Evan Gordon on the stop. Once a year we're blessed enough to make a trip to Green Bay to watch the Packers play because we're big Packers fans. And one of the things they do in pregame and a lot of the games for a game is catch a 45-yard punt. And for 25 years, I've never seen a guy come out of the stands and put a helmet on and catch a 45-yard punt in Lambeau. So it's a difficult skill.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Hit that.
Thompson's pass is complete. Finally brought down there. Looks like he was going to have a negative gain on that play, but give credit to Harris Vincent. He kept fighting and was able to get 2 out of that.
It's looking here as a flag on the play, and once again that ref is pointing the wrong direction for us, and I think it's going to be a personal foul penalty of roughing the passer.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Penalty is roughing the passer against the Warriors.
So after that, a personal foul, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. We'll give the Wolverines a first down. Folks, if you are looking for the play clock, I think we're having a play clock malfunction. They are keeping the play clock down on the field, so we won't have play clock information for you.
So we're just going to guess here. And
Trey Thompson back to pass and has a man. He just flat out dropped it, folks. I mean, it's like that's like blowing a layup.
He blew the layup right there. He blew the dunk. He was nobody there.
Sometimes you get so open, and hey, I'm about to be on TV. The name's going to be in the paper, and doink.
Doink, and there it was, and a big break for Heritage because that was going to be an easy touchdown to Adjum. And Ryan Adjum there, the sophomore, and that's one he wished he'll have back.
Thompson back to throw, looking, still rolling. Doesn't find the guy, so he's going to have to run it, and against his better judgment, he stays in bounds and gets belted by that War Eagle defense. Misakaitis with
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9.
Misakaitis delivers a big blow on Thompson on that play.
So again, it's obviously a big play here, and we're assuming there's about 5.5, maybe 6 minutes left to go on this one in the first half. Our play clocks are not usable, so everything we get is on the field. So hopefully we'll get an announcement every so often how much time's left.
So Nash looks like he's going to have it on a sweep to the left, and looks like
he's going to be short.
Ball carried by Brayden Nash.
We got one ref that's on the other side of the field saying it's a first down, and the one that's standing there right next to it is not, but they're going to give it a first down.
It looks like from our vantage point, it looks like he's going to be short, but looks like he needed 9 and got 9.5. So it's 1st and 10 for the Wolverines.
A turnover would be tremendous.
Q Thompson with Nash. Nash in the backfield.
Oh, no.
Fakes the screen to Nash and throws another tunnel screen. This time to the big tight. I call him a tight end. He's a big kid, but that's Harris Vincent again. Another tunnel screen.
They have caught us 3 times on that play where we just don't have anybody there, and it's, if I'm coaching basketball and that's happening, I'm saying, what are we tipping it off? Something's tipping that off for them. If you're playing if you keep getting your off-speed pitch hit over the fence, then somebody has figured out somebody's figured out your signal. So somehow something's tipping them off to what defense we're in, some kind of alignment, and we've had no answer for that tunnel screen.
So the kick is up. Did they blow the whistle before it's kicked? No. So the kick is up and it's good. So with 7 minutes and 46 seconds left in the second quarter, it is the Bentonville West Wolverines 28, Heritage 0. We're going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Miss Audrey Greenwell. Audrey, what's it looking like down there?
Eagles? I'm Audrey Greenwell coming to you live from the sideline here at David Gates Stadium, where we are witnessing our home against the Bentonville West Wolverines. Our 28 West is in the lead. We have 7 minutes and 47 seconds left in the second quarter before we go into halftime, where we have more homecoming festivities. Yay!
Thank you for that sideline report, Audrey.
You can hear he started talking. He was like,
Another short kick by West and fielded well by Castaneda. He didn't try to kick that short, Coach. I just think.
I just feel like that wind is that strong.
Yeah. I mean, he swung his leg on that one.
I've never been a lot, around football. I've always been basketball, baseball guy, and last few years doing this, and then some of the things that gets me around campus. But you can tell it's windy because the goalposts will vibrate. And if there was nobody in the stands, you'd hear them going click, 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 click. And you can, if you look closely at the goalposts, they're vibrating some. So there's a little bit of wind. The flag is standing out. So yeah, I think that wind is stronger than what we think.
Castaneda back to pass, looking. He's going to have Myers, and it is caught. Terrell Myers catches it at the 40 or the 39-yard line. Big play there by the War Eagles, brings up a first down.
And what we've seen Terrell do a lot of the season here is just go up and win that 50-50 ball. There's 2 guys there, and all 3 of them had a chance to get it, but Myers timed it well. He got it he high-pointed it, as you hear him say. But, yeah, a really nice catch and a nice throw by Dom.
Julian Castaneda in motion, comes across the formation. There's a little flea flicker there. Castaneda loading up and has a man, and it is caught. Touchdown,
and a flag.
War Eagles. That's going to be a pass interference, folks, but that's not going to matter. The point will stand. Big time throw by Dom Castaneda. Who was that caught that?
That was Myers again.
That was Terrell Myers, Coach. Just like we said in the beginning of the broadcast, he has developed into that legit deep threat.
Yeah, he has. That was really a nice catch, and there was a little trickery there with kind of a flea flicker, unless I was seeing something and they threw it back, and Myers had a step and touchdown Heritage and Nessus.
So what's the referee saying? They called a holding on the defense, and they're going to enforce that penalty on the kickoff. So the touchdown absolutely will stand. So with 7 minutes and 7 seconds left, your score is Bentonville 28, Heritage 6, barring the extra point. And the extra point is up, and it is good. So Heritage tacks on the extra point, which brings our score Bentonville West 28, Heritage 7.
It's encouraging when you think you can score in 2 plays.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And, really – a big-time throw, big-time catch, 2 times in a row. So it's encouraging there that maybe we can get ourselves back in this one. And with the success that we've seen in this next, I'm not going to say it, this next part of the game, who knows what can happen. So, again, 28-7, and Heritage is going to kick off with the wind.
With the wind. One thing that drive proves, Coach, is, hey, that Terrell Myers is a bad, bad man.
He is. And then, in this situation right here, the kick he should get to kick this ball at the 50.
So there's a really good chance this ball is going to go into the end zone.
Yeah, so they're going to kick this ball out. The 10-yard penalty on the play, the touchdown play, is being enforced on the kick.
So they are kicking this at the 50-yard line. So, especially the way the wind is blowing, yeah, he might kick this thing to Lowell.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt here. He moves the ball over to the hash. Bentonville West, obviously,
Could we be
with
setting up for an onside
with
kick?
9 guys here within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're looking. There might be a little trickeration here on the kickoff, especially if the ball is not on the tee.
That's going to be tough. You get the old cowboy spinner I saw one year. That was amazing. That thing spun like 100 miles an hour. And I saw one last weekend where it just popped right over the first line, and the guy for the the kickoff team ran behind it and caught it. And
So
he's going to kick it long.
Kicked it off, and it is in the end zone, no doubt about that. He kicked that through the end zone, folks. So the Wolverines will have the ball on their 20-yard line after a 2-play.
Yeah.
How many yard drive was that? It didn't seem like it was. It had to be
76-yard line.
76-yard drive there in 2 plays, folks. 2 huge receptions by Terrell Myers, the go-to deep threat guy, he has really come on, Coach, as the season has gone on.
Yes, he has.
I can't say it enough. I mean, this kid has really put himself into position to be a difference maker for this offense. Trey Thompson takes the snap.
And
he's
guess
going to
what that
swing it out
is?
to number 10, and he is swallowed up. William Davis. Looks like that's going to be a loss of a yard, maybe 2 on that play.
They threw the fastball one too many times right there. So a tunnel screen there and well played there by Heritage, and it's going to be a loss of 1, so it's going to be second.
But you can see they're trying to set it up. They usually throw that screen to the wide side of the field. Thompson back to pass. He's rolling, looking. Time he's going to drop it off. And it is read very well. Well,
It's going to be enough for a first down, it looks like, from where the referee is standing.
Stopped by Baserdo, and they will move the chains. Yep, that is a first down.
Well, if you spot the ball at the 20 and then the ball's at the 30, you shouldn't have to measure.
They just want to make sure.
Yeah.
As the pass is complete to Nash, he's a kind of a do-it-all type guy. He's the running. They give him the ball. He runs off tackle or runs zone, and then you can throw it to him out of the backfield. And this time they tried a little speed screen there, and that is swallowed.
It's Lane Mischakaitis there, and you saw him coming he saw that coming before the ball was even snapped, and he was right there on the catch. You've been there a split second sooner, you had intercepted it. So great read by Lane. That was outstanding play.
Coach, we like to say he ran the route for him.
He did.
Play.
Right, there you go. So great job there by Lane Mischakaitis.
Well, that's a loss of what? That might be a loss of 12 there.
So it's a loss of 10. It's going to bring up 2nd and 20.
Huge loss there. So this time they're going
And
to
another nice defensive play. Number 46, Joseph Crowell from his defensive end position there, and another negative play for Heritage's defense. Third and 21.
Defense has got some juice going right here, Coach. After that touchdown, it's amazing what a touchdown will do. It gets guys re-energized, and now you got your defense firing off the ball, playing like their hair is on fire, and has them in 3rd and long. Trey Thompson loads up and throws it. That's a push there. Yes, and we're going to call it.
Ooh, that's a big.
That is offensive pass interference.
That's a big call in high school football because if I remember this correctly, it's a -10 and a loss of down.
And a loss of down, yeah. Offensive pass interference. Boy, he shoved that guy to.
He did.
Shoved into Bentonville.
He did.
That was a no-doubter right there. Easy call right there.
So that should be 10 from the previous spot and the loss of down.
I think that's what they're discussing. They're discussing ball placement. Yeah, the placement of the ball. We know it's a loss of 10. That is no flag. Or did we decide to negate the penalty? I mean, it was a penalty, but maybe we.
So it's going to be an incomplete pass, and it's going to give West the ball on their own 19-yard line, which is still fourth. It would be 4th and 21, so the punting unit is on. We assume there's 4:34 left here in the period, but we're not sure because we got word that they were keeping the time on the field.
Oh, the play clock time.
The play clock time. Mm-hmm. Okay, so 4:34 is correct.
So the War Eagles, the Wolverines will be forced to punt here. Gets it away, and that's kind of a low-line drive punt that's going to take a bounce. And Terrell Myers, that was kind of a dangerous.
It was.
I guess he's feeling good, Coach. That was kind of dangerous.
That's all right. Another big play by Terrell. I mean,
that made me hold my breath a little bit there. He just kind of caught that on the hop and was able to get some yards after that. But that was.
A great job by Heritage defense. Several plays made behind the line of scrimmage and really got them down in there inside the 20 and really did a nice job. And now Heritage back on offense here, taking over at West's 40-yard line.
Castaneda hands it off to Hester on that outside zone play. Gets a nice gain up to the 31-yard line. And that might be enough. Are they going to give it? Nope. Gain of 8.
2nd and 2 after a gain of 8. A nice play. And you can see Castaneda there just kind of, put that ball in there. And maybe I might keep it and really set the edge, for the offense
yes,
right
that's
there.
Right.
So a really nice play there by Dom. Really a good read. And Hester with a really nice run to finish it off.
So brings up 2nd and 2. Castaneda, empty backfield, has 3 receivers to his left. He's going to throw a little screen pass there.
And a little short of first down yardage. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
He's throwing the brother. He's that steady possession receiver guy. He's going to, he's going to get you close. If he's not going to make a catch to stretch the chains or get a first down, he's going to get you close.
But you got to believe here this is 4-down territory.
You got some momentum going right now. Yeah, this is 4th down territory here.
So empty backfield here on 3rd and 1.
There's 3 receivers to his right. Castaneda is going to keep it on a quarterback draw. Nice run. Runs over one guy. Runs over 2 guys.
How about that
there
for your quarterback? It's like Remember the Titans here. Remember that scene? How about a penalty, coach? Or how about a penalty on the quarterback? So first down Heritage. They're going to have the ball at the West 20 with 2:55 left here in the second period, and Heritage is threatening.
Well, it was a big boy run by Castaneda there. Castaneda takes a snap. He's looking, loads up and throws it. And it is intercepted.
Yeah, Dom, 15. I think, got his arm hit there. That ball was way underthrown, and it's going to fall into an interception. And West's going to take over at the Heritage at their own 20-yard line. 2:39 left here in the second. That ball didn't come out very crisp. It was wobbly.
Right.
It looked like one of my old Nerf football throws, into the gale 30-mile-an-hour wind on Saturday afternoon when the leaves are flying around.
Sometimes it happens. I mean, they got good pressure on him, was able to just tip that arm or hit that arm just slightly and cause that ball to be underthrown and thrown to a Bentonville West defender. But good thing is our defense has played well, especially that last drive. Thompson back to pass. He's looking, throws it, and just overshoots
That's
interior
Swoboda
receiver,
again, the
Swoboda.
freshman wide receiver,
Well,
tight end type.
That's a good-looking freshman right there, Coach.
So it's going to be second down, and the incomplete pass will stop the clock with 2:35 left.
I mean, we were talking about him during the break. I mean, he's listed on the roster 6'2", 205 as a freshman. So you would think that he has a couple more years to grow.
Yeah.
I mean, he's by the end of it, he might be a pretty sizable kid. So it brings up second down. Thompson back to pass, fakes the handoff and tries a little screen. This time it's read well.
That's a nice play by Lane Miskaitis there. He
Miskaitis.
really fought off that block. I mean, and slowed him down, and then had the gumption to hang on until he got some help. So nice play by Lane there.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Wolverines. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Thompson takes a snap. He's looking to throw it to the outside. Throw is kind of high, which allowed the War Eagles almost have a stop there. Number 7 just couldn't complete the tackle there.
He had him stop behind the line to gain, but couldn't make the tackle. And that's Harris Vincent there, wide receiver. Those wide receivers are more like tight ends. There's some big bodies out there.
Big bodies, yeah.
So first down West, minute 44 to the left in the first half.
Hands off to Nash. Nash finds some room outside.
And there's going to be a hold there. So the play is going to result in a first down here when the play finally stops, but there's the flag down on the 36-yard line of West.
Official call, yep, Coach, it's a hold. So that's going to be a 10-yarder. So it's going to be 10 yards. Yeah, it's a 10-yard penalty. I thought they were going to throw it at the penalty was at the spot of the foul, but no, it's they're going to spot the ball, the penalty from the line of scrimmage.
Previous spot, it looks like. So it's going to be 1st and 20 with minute and 30 left.
Thompson back to pass, looking. He's going to go deep, and it is caught. There's Adjum again. And that is going to be enough for a first down.
It's really a nice throw by Trey Thompson there, and a nice catch by Adjum right kind of on the sideline there. He was able to keep 1 foot in. It was close, but I don't see any Heritage coaches really debating the play, and there goes Nash. And that's trouble.
And he is going to break a tackle, and he's off to the races, folks. 10, 5, and he might be. No, they're going to say he's in. So he's going to score a touchdown. That's going to be that's probably a 60-yard run there.
No, there's holding.
Oh, there's another penalty, and it's another holding. So we're bailed out right there. I don't know, a couple of weeks ago on our broadcast, we talked about playing clean.
Correct.
West has not played clean.
No. And, I don't know football well enough, but he probably doesn't get that run if somebody doesn't get the hold. You always say, well, that hold negated. Well, the hold gave the play. I mean, so that's why they threw the flag, because there was a guy getting ready to make a tackle and somebody held him from doing it. So the hold is going to negate the touchdown. Is going to put the ball back at the West 39-yard line, 1st and 20 with 56 seconds left.
Thompson gets the ball. He's looking right. That tunnel screen, that's that play again to the number 23. That's Harris Vincent.
So they do a nice job there, because that's some basketball stuff that I can recognize with some guys that are actually running an interference or like a collision. And then another receiver breaking underneath 3. When we're in our man coverage, we have a hard time getting there because of that. If we play somebody more in zone coverage there, that would be more difficult. Am I reading that right, Jermaine?
You are exactly right, Coach. And then on the flip side of that, the penalty for that,
it's a pass.
It's the football version of of a moving screen.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, you can't set it's like a pick or a rub play.
Yeah,
Okay? If
exactly.
you have a guy that's, I think the rule is, you know, if a receiver is going to come in your vicinity as a blocker, you can't like get in the way. You know, you can't get in the way and like make contact with him, because that's, you know, that's the equivalent of a moving screen, like I said.
Exactly. So it'd be an offensive pass interference in football, but it's a similar concept there of you know, just a crossing pattern and man coverage.
See, football and basketball
There's some similarities.
Some similarities, yeah.
So it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay. Right at halftime.
It's going to be 2nd and 8 here with 45 seconds left. And there goes Nash. He's got room.
Going to find some room on the right side, and he's going to have a big run. Looks like that's going to be a gain of 25.
You know, 38.
Jones. That's Ashton Jones, new running back.
38 seconds remaining. That's going to be first down. It's going to put the ball at the 29-yard line of Heritage. And Heritage has got to bow their neck here a little bit and keep them out of the end zone here with 31 seconds left.
Thompson's going to hand it off. That was to Nash. The workout's back.
And Bentonville West is going to use their second time out here with 24 seconds.
Ray Nash has been the workhorse. Coach, one thing I will say is we've done a better job stopping the run this game.
Well, right, because the 3 touchdowns were on tunnel screens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, you know, in a basketball game, we've kept them out of the paint, but we got to do a better job defending the 3. So, and that's an adjustment. I mean, I think, you know, in any sport, defensively, I don't know of any sport where you can take everything away.
Yeah.
And what you try and do defensively in a basketball game is make them beat you with something that's not their strength.
Yeah.
So, you know, that tunnel screen, if that's their strength, let's take that away and see if they can beat us some other way. And I think in the last drive we saw that. We took that away. And then West adjusts into more of an inside run zone, you know, handoff game, and that's now we got to make another adjustment. So it's always a slippery slope, you know, in all kinds of sports.
Thompson goes back to pass, has a man, kind of throws that high, which allows number 2, Yeager to allowed Yeager to cover some ground. That ball was high. If he would have kept that down, he probably would have had a chance to make a run, pretty significant run after catch.
Yeah, Yeager did a nice job there. He was there. He tackled him inbounds. Clock kept running. It forced West to take a timeout. So with 18 seconds left, you know, West is out of timeouts at the Heritage 22-yard line. So now things move a little quicker, Jermaine, without any timeouts.
Can't make any errors. I mean, you would think that they're going to try to throw it to the end zone with 10 seconds left because, you know.
It kind of limits them to a passing game, doesn't it? I mean, a run here and a tackle inbounds would almost end the half. So, I mean, the run game, I would think, would be almost, you know, impossible here if you're trying to, you know, score a touchdown. If you're trying to just run the clock out and go in halftime and be up 28-7, then you probably hand it off. But
and that's even if you get a first down here, and I know the clock stops to move the chains,
Yeah.
but then you'd have to get in, kind of clock the ball there. But
so right here, Thompson looks out to the edge at his 3 wide receivers. And I mean, I'm just a basketball coach here, but there's a tunnel screen coming with 23 out there on the edge, and Sabota and Adjum on that side right there. And the quarterback goes into the snap and takes a look out there to see what he's got. Yeah. And Heritage wisely calls timeout because we didn't have enough guys out there to cover that.
it's just like you said earlier, Coach. Like what is tipping Bentonville's offense off on that?
Yeah.
What look is our defense providing that's tipping?
You know,
these guys?
And things are, even in high school, the real subtle things, everybody's really, really smart. I mean, we have a lot of smart people on the sidelines here tonight and in all sports in high school. And, you know, I just think back when I was a little kid watching the Cowboys playing Monday Night Football, and Robert Newhouse, the other team knew that Robert wasn't going to get the ball because he didn't have his mouthpiece in. That was the post game. That's how we stopped Robert Newhouse from running the ball because he's not running it. His mouthpiece is not in. If his mouthpiece is in, everybody knew he was getting it, so they knew what was going on. So little subtle things like that, people pick up on.
So it's 3rd and 3. Looks like they put 8 seconds back on the clock, so it's 18 seconds left. Thompson's going to roll to his right. He's looking, throws it into the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown. Adjam.
And not only did they score a touchdown, it looks like Terrell Myers is a little banged up at the end of it. I know he's been kind of gimping through this week practice-wise. And really nice route by Adjam and a really nice play design where it looked like, things were going to come up short. They were just going to take the first down yardage, and then they got us over the top and makes it 34-7.
Thompson did a really good job of keeping his eyes downfield. That he was rolling to his right, rolling.
Yep.
Waited to Adjam broke free and was able to throw that ball up.
So the interception with momentum, 28-7, as it looked like Heritage might even cut this lead in half, turns into a big score right before half by West. And with 11 seconds remaining in half, West goes up 35-7. Pending the kick, and West will receive the second half kickoff. So it is a big turn of events here, not for the positive for the War Eagles.
So our rules are the high school continuous clock rules is if at any point a team is up by 40,
35,
35, that's right, you're correct. If a team is up by 35 points at any point in the ball game, there will be a continuous clock. So we still have a chance. We're not at that point yet, but the way our offense is moving the ball tonight, barring one mistake.
Yeah, and it just looked like something happened to Dom, like the ball slipped or he got his elbow hit, and I know he's kind of banged up a little bit with an ankle injury, so.
That's another short kick fielded by Castaneda. Looked for a while like he had a man, he was going to pitch that thing off.
Yeah, and they set that up a lot of, last week at Northside they faked that dude and had a nice return on a kick, but here with 6 seconds left in the ball on your own 24-yard line, looks like we're going to be coasting into our homecoming festivities here at halftime.
And folks, want to remind you again, stay tuned as our homecoming festivities will be broadcast as well. They'll introduce the homecoming court, and shortly, as soon as this clock runs down, we're going to send it downstairs to Audrey, our sideline reporter, and she has a special guest, our principal, her dad, Mr. Chip Greenwell. So, folks.
Howdy, hey, Heritage. I'm Audrey Greenwell, and who am I here with?
I'm Mr. Greenwell.
Mr. Greenwell, tell us how you're feeling about our homecoming game this evening.
Well, I'm having a great time watching everyone have a great time. Of course, the score to be a little better, but we still have a whole second half to come back. And I'm really liking all the great stuff that the fans, the band, the court, the spirit squad, everyone else is doing.
What's your favorite part about homecoming?
I love seeing our entire community come together. So whether it's the kids, whether it's the parents, whether it's our community, just having fun, celebrating each other, and supporting one another.
What's your favorite part about Heritage High School?
Favorite part of Heritage High
Oh,
School?
you're supposed to say the what?
What?
What's your favorite part about Heritage High School?
What?
There we go. What's your favorite part about Heritage High School and being our principal for the past 2 years?
My favorite part are the students and the staff. They're incredible people. I love coming to work every day with them.
Very inspiring words from Mr. Greenwell. Stay tuned, War Eagles, because we have more homecoming festivities! Yay! Okay.
Nice.
All right, I'll turn this off. All right.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
And always remember to drive your own bus.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed all of our halftime festivities, the introduction of our court, our coronation of our homecoming king and queen, and performances by our game day cheer and game day dance teams. I want to give you a couple of stats from our first half. We were trying to pull up some scores from high schools around the area. We were only able to find one score, and that's Fayetteville 21, Springdale 7 at halftime. So we'll keep looking, and hopefully we'll have some more information for you later on throughout the broadcast. Looking at some stats here. It looks like we're going to have Dom Castaneda. He's 6 of 9 for 77 yards and a touchdown. Terrell Myers has 2 catches for 75 yards and a touchdown. Evan Woods has 3 catches for 8 yards, and Michael Hester has 1 catch for -6. Bentonville West, the quarterback Trey Thompson is 18 for 28 for 203 yards and a touchdown. Wide receiver Ryan Adjam has 4 catches for 52 yards and a touchdown. As far as rushing totals, Heritage has running back number 20, Evan Gordon, 4 rushes for 11 yards. Michael Hester has 5 carries for 10 yards. Quarterback Dom Castaneda has 1 carry for 9, and Evan Woods has 1 carry for 6 yards. As far as the Wolverines go, they have Ashton Jones, which I know he's carried more than 1 time for 19 yards, and they have Braden Nash, 10 rushes for. Looks like they have 1 yard, but I know he has more than 1 yard rushing there.
Yeah, there's a Heritage started the second half with an onside kick, and it looked to be recovered by Heritage, but then 2 flags on the play, and they're going to call a legal procedure on Heritage. And I'm not really sure.
Okay.
We just need an explanation. It would be nice to get an explanation because it looked just as clean as a whistle. Number 97, Ronald Diaz, onside kicked it, and instead of trying to recover it, he made contact with the up back of, or the up player of West, and another Heritage Warrior goal to recover the ball. But all of a sudden, after a tribunal conversation between 3 officials at midfield, all of a sudden 2 flags came out about 30 seconds after the play, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But I mean, so we get to sit there and think about it and talk about it and then throw a flag on the ground. So it's kind of disappointing that would be the case, that we had to talk about it to find out something went wrong. But here we go again. Heritage is going to take a 5-yard penalty and going to kick the ball off from their own 35-yard line. And here we go with Ronald Diaz again.
So you're saying the refs have made bad calls?
I just don't think the officials are ready to give the ball over on an onside kick without some kind of obvious thing happening. And as we've gone throughout the course of the season, we've seen that play multiple times. A few weeks ago, we saw a play that was recovered by Heritage, but the opponent got the ball at the 50. So it was an illegal touch, but the ball was at the 50, and we kicked it off at the 40. So
it's not an illegal touch.
It's not an illegal touch then if you're going to mark the ball at the 50. Yeah. So I just feel like there's some stuff there that there's just called by the rules. And if that's what it is, that's what it is, and keep your opinion out of it. And that's kind of what we feel has happened there at the very start of the second half.
And Bentonville West starts off with a carry to Braden Nash. It looks like he's going to gain about 10 yards on that carry. Yeah, they're going to give him 10.
Not to belabor it, but then the guy on this side of the field calls the first down when the ball's on the other side of the field before the play is even marked.
Yeah.
So it almost looks like we're in a hurry to get out of here tonight. If you're in a striped shirt, we're trying to get home before the news starts. That's kind of I'm dating myself. If you kind of remember that. And here's the tunnel screen again.
And that was dropped that time. They had it set up. Thompson kind of floated that pass up there. It really didn't develop.
Yeah, and I know I'm harping on this, but I don't think you're allowed to block before the pass is thrown, and there seems to be a lot of stuff going on there on that tunnel screen. But it's 50-50.
I think the rule is if the ball's in there, you can't touch the guy. I think that's the rule.
I would hope so. Otherwise, it would change the whole dynamic strategy-wise of running offense.
Brings up second down. Thompson back to pass.
And
He's looking, has a man, and he is wide open to the 10.
And that's Svoboda.
Touchdown. That's the big freshman.
Yeah, and they set you up there on that tunnel screen, and that time he slipped it, as we would call it. He slipped the contact and ran up the sideline, and he was just unchecked.
Unchecked.
We'll use a soccer term. He was unchecked there. But that's going to make it 41, and that's going to get this clock rolling pending this extra point. And that's something that we didn't want to see, but it looks like it's inevitable. I give West a lot of credit. I mean, they've had a lot of success on that tunnel screen, and they come out in the second half, and then all of a sudden it's a little wrinkle off of that, and we're so intent on stopping the tunnel screen that we leave that guy wide open, and easy touchdown for Bentonville West.
They've thrown the ball a lot. I mean, they've put it in the air. I mean, they haven't had success running. Well, they've had some success running the football, not to the success that we've seen other teams have against Heritage.
Yeah.
But all of their damage is on those screens and those rub plays, and it's really good play design.
Right, and at halftime, West had 14 rushes for 43 yards total for an average of 3.1 yards per carry. So, but they were 18 of 28 in the air for 185 yards and a 6.6 average. So I mean they kind of make up for their lack of running there with a good passing game. Trey Thompson, 18 of 28 and almost 200 yards in the first half for a high school game. It's big numbers.
They always say that a short passing game is equivalent to a run game.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I've always heard from these new age
West Coast offense, right?
West Coast.
I mean,
I think Bill Walsh started back in the what?
If you run it on the East Coast, is it a West Coast offense? I mean,
West Coast offense.
So I mean, but we get it. The short passing game is kind of a way to run the ball, and here's another skyrocket kick.
Fair call,
and that's a penalty.
Yes, they're going to throw the flag. Good call there. That was pretty much a no-doubter there. So after the fair catch, that is a kick-catch interference, and that
could be a personal foul penalty, I would assume.
Let's see if they give him the full 15.
It is. It's a personal foul.
Yeah, that's the big one. Because there's two versions of that call. They call it kick-catch interference if you like in the halo
right.
of the receiver, and that time he fair caught the ball and got hit pretty significantly. So that's the big boy penalty there.
Yeah, and Heritage is going to take over on their own 45-yard line, and it's good field position. Dom Castaneda is still in at quarterback. I think once this clock starts here, we're going to be looking at a running clock.
Michael Hester gets out of bounds. Nice gain on first down. He's going to gain about 5 yards, maybe 6 yards on that play, so it brings up 2nd and 4. Gain of 7, so it brings up 2nd and 3.
And there they, like you said earlier, they didn't get the edge set, right, Jermaine?
I
learn something all the time. Set the edge, okay. You can hear that in basketball practice this week, probably.
Like, Coach, what does that mean?
It's like set the edge, kid. Come on.
Hester with another handoff. Kind of gets strung out a little bit, but then cuts up field, finds some daylight. It's going to gain about 6 on that play. That's enough for a first down. Again, there is a running clock in effect here because the Wolverines have a 35-point lead at the moment. Castaneda.
And Hester, you know, 2 back-to-back plays, very similar. And one, the edge was set, one it wasn't, but Hester able to cut that one back in upfield to get a first down. So nice run by Michael Hester, and there he goes again. If we stay here long enough, I'm going to call him Devin.
But I mean, he's really, and it's really easy to call him Devin because he's kind of an elusive guy. You know, he has a little shake to him, and
right.
You know, makes some guys miss, and you know, he has the ability to turn in a Devin Hester type runs.
It'd be nice if, you know, if Michael's brother Devin was out there. But 9:19 left. 42-7 Heritage, 42-7 West. Heritage has the ball.
Castaneda to his brother. Castaneda. He takes kind of a hard hit there, but he's able to bounce back up. It's going to be a gain of 5 or gain of 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 6. Or 3rd and 6. It's 3rd down, yeah. Castaneda in the backfield. Hester in the backfield with him. Looking to the sideline, getting the play, changing the call here. Castaneda back to pass. He's going to throw it deep to Myers. Oh no, that's to Julian Castaneda. Just overshot him just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit too long for him on that one.
And that's Ladanian Pelt there for West on the coverage, and he was blanketed. Mm-hmm. Another word, you know, that's another word I heard on Sunday. We'll use on Friday night. Blanketed.
Well, that's a good basketball term too. You got some kid that's blanketing their top scorer.
There you go.
That's a good night.
Yeah.
Castaneda is going to go for the Warriors are going to go for it on 4th down, and that's going to be a false start on or offside. What do we call it? Okay, yeah, false start. I've never seen that.
I've never seen it. Half the field started playing and half didn't. Everybody the 3 wide receivers and the D-backs on our side, the bottom side of your screen, they played live, and everybody that was on the top side of your screen just stood still.
They're looking like, what are these guys doing?
But that's going to be make it 4th down and looks
10.
4th and 10.
So it's 4th and 10 back at the original line of scrimmage with a set of down start. Castaneda rolling, has some pressure in his face, going to dump it off to Hester. Hester makes a guy miss, but then he is wrapped up shortly thereafter, and that will not be enough for the first down. So the War Eagles will turn it. They will turn it over on downs. The Wolverines will have the ball.
6:36 left. The clock ticking. 42-7 West. Looking for a score from Rogers Bentonville tonight. That's obviously one of interest. If you live in Rogers, you're pulling for our brothers across town. Anybody have that? Send me a text. We've reached out to a few people, and all I got was, sorry, Coach, I'm at the Razorback game tonight. So I guess.
That's right.
Can't help you there.
That's a pretty big deal down in Fayetteville tonight. Got the #1 Kansas Jayhawks coming into town for an exhibition for the 16th ranked Razorbacks, which.
Ooh, wait a minute! My friend Derek Spear comes through, even from from Bud Walton. He said Bentonville up at half, 28-20. And a little side note: Hogs B-ball looks incredible. So I got that one. You know, I'm recording that one at home, so I'm going to sit in my recliner and watch that one tonight. So.
Oh man!
Excitement on the hill, as we call it. We did something really cool today I want to share. In one of our clubs, Coach Tinsley and I, we sponsor a club called the Sports Fan Club, and we watched the 1991 Arkansas Razorback UNLV game. Ooh. #1 versus #2, and the Razorbacks fell fell short in that one, but Stacy Augman and Grandmama and Todd Day and Lee Mayberry were playing, and it was an exciting time. And one Mrs. Olson was a cheerleader on that, was on the floor that night, so it was kind of cool. In our sports fan club at Heritage High on a club Friday.
I will never forget an interview that Coach Richardson did after that game where Larry Johnson told him, Coach, if you want to beat us, you better go get some men. And by God, he went and got some men with Scotty Thurman and Corliss Williams.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He said, noted, Larry. He went and got his men.
108 to whatever. I mean, I think both teams were almost into hundreds. It was an amazing game. So, but here, back here, West in. Looks like West has got a new quarterback, and he's going down.
That is the new quarterback. That is number 18. That is Jacob Polk, sophomore, 5'9", 150. Your new signal caller for
with
West.
A nice play by Rivers Ains there for the sack, and it's going to put West behind the sticks. Going to bring up 3rd and 14, and obviously West not in any hurry here. And since the play clock is not visible or not working, and we're keeping that on the field, there's no telling what's happening down there.
Polk back to throw, nice ball. Lays it out perfectly for Edgem. That was
it's going to be a face mask penalty at the end.
That was a pretty pass there. That is a very nice ball.
Yeah, that sophomore quarterback just threw a beaut. That was a beaut, Clark, as they say. We're getting close to that season. It was a beaut, and it's going to put West right down there knocking on the door for another touchdown. And they're going to get the ball after the penalty at the War Eagles 6-yard line.
So that's going to be that's probably what, half the distance to the goal?
Yeah, was that? I think half the distance.
Oh, look, they're set up, Coach.
Here we
they're
go.
Set up for that tunnel screen.
We got 3 guys out there, and that ain't enough.
Has one guy motioning out of it. Polk hands it off to that's still the running back. Braden Nash is still your ball carrier.
It's going to be 2nd down from the 3.
Joseph Crawl, Evan Gordon, Isaiah Yeager in on the tackle. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful pass. I mean, he got one-on-one coverage there on the sideline. And
I thought it looked like he was going to overthrow him there for a while, and then he just kind of, sometimes you hear the term, sometimes your quarterback has to throw a guy open.
And then,
that's kind of what happened on that play.
Santiago Cortez there for Heritage on the stop. Heritage has done a really nice job stopping the run tonight compared to what we've seen. I mean, it's obviously a growth area for them. That's an educational term, Jermaine, a growth area for them, and they have improved there tonight. They've stopped the run at a much better rate than in weeks past.
And that trips to the right side, motions out of it. Polk throws another pass. It is incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th and goal at the 3-yard line. Let's see what Bentonville West does here.
I think they're going to opt for a field goal.
Yeah.
Nick Byrne, junior kicker for Bentonville West, he seems pretty talented to me. He's able to get the ball up quickly. His extra points tonight have been spot on, and when he's had the wind in his favor, he's had no problem kicking the ball into the end zone. So
2 minutes left. Bentonville West is opting for the field goal here. Tack on 3 more points, and looks like it's blown dead. What do we have here? It looks like a penalty. It looks like somebody's offsides. So let's see. It's 4th and goal. Well, you can't get a first down, so obviously that's just gonna
move the ball most likely to the 1.5 yard line. West is going to just keep the kicker on the field. It doesn't even look like he moved locations. Oh, there he goes. All right, he moved it up 1 yard. So he's going to kick the ball from the 8-yard line. So this is an 18-yard field goal. They don't get much shorter than this in the game of football.
Kick is up, and it is good. So with minute 4 left in the third quarter, your score is Bentonville West 39, Heritage 7.
It should be 45-7. Right, it was 42-7 and then the 3.
45.
So
yeah, I'm looking at the score. There we go.
42-7, 45-7. There you go. So 57 seconds left here in the third.
So, Coach, we mentioned, it's close. Well, it is hardwood season. It's basketball season. We got the NBA kicked off. Razorbacks are they're kicking off their preseason. What can we expect from those Heritage War Eagles on the hardwood?
Well, that's a great question, Jermaine. That is an outstanding question, and I wish I could ask that and somebody could tell me what I could expect. But hey, we've got a group of kids that are going to be really, really fun to watch play. They are as competitive, the group of kids, as I've had. We've got some good quickness, and they're fighting hard and working hard and practicing hard as any group as I've had in the last few years. So I'm excited and guarded. I mean, it's a tough league, and there's lots of good players out there. But, I like our chances, and I like our kids. So. And it's going to be a fair catch by Julian Castaneda on the moon shot from Nick Byrne.
It doesn't look like he's trying to do. I mean, he's swinging his leg.
It looks like one of my wedges into a 40-mile-an-hour wind. I mean, from 60 out and it goes 40 and drops in the sand.
But I mean, if you look at that flag, it's straight out that way.
Yeah.
So he's. And I mean, he's not trying to onside kick. I mean, he's full extension, full swing of the leg here. It's
yeah.
Just, he gets caught in that wind and it just kind of dies.
Yeah, it looks like a flop shot. I mean, like Phil Mickelson flop shot kind of thing.
Castaneda back to pass. He's looking. He's going to load up and throw it deep. And just over the head of brother Julian Castaneda. He was open.
Yeah, and he kind of just kind of stopped running there a little bit, and you don't know the pass pattern. I mean, we got old Mr. Murray down there with the hand over his face, looking like he's talking to his pitcher back in his baseball coaching days. So the people in the other dugout can't see him, but yeah, he does. If you don't know, Matt Murray does an outstanding job organizing all the stuff that we've seen here today.
Yes, he
along
does.
With a one assistant principal, Miss Poole, who drew the short stick again this year in organizing homecoming, and just an outstanding job. And like I said earlier today, I don't know if I've seen Rogers downtown more populated for the homecoming parade in my 30-plus years of being around here.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I had the privilege of driving the volleyball float.
And there you go.
In the parade. Fun group of girls. Season concluded this past Tuesday. Had a lot of injuries this year for volleyball. We were banged up a little bit. We had a good group of seniors. We're going to miss all the seniors that we had. They had a pretty successful 3 years. But we got some juniors and some sophomores and some freshmen that
one named Brown, I think, that might be coming back, right?
I got one more.
That's all right.
My
Well, that's
daughter
good.
Marley's coming back, and we're excited. I mean, it's hard to believe that it's almost over for a Brown daughter playing volleyball. But we had Zoe for 4 years, and it just seems when Zoe left, Marley was right behind her, and those 8 years have flown by.
Yep. Yeah, and they do, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
They do. My 92-year-old father says the older you get, the faster the years go.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think he's wrong.
No,
I don't think he's wrong.
He's not wrong at all.
What used to think like 4 months is going to take forever is like 4 months is here and gone, and all of a sudden we're in another year. So, I mean, we're counting down 2024 as we speak.
That's right. Castaneda's looking to the sideline to get to play. Once again, folks, there is a continuous clock. Well, we have 11:44, 11:43 left in the ball game. Castaneda takes the snap. He's looking. Throws it out to Julian Castaneda. Julian makes a move. Makes a nice little nifty move, and there is a flag as well, so that might
It's going to be a face mask, and Castaneda did a nice job bringing that one in and then making it flow. And I will say that back judge there, he's got a good arm. We say that every so often. I think that must be a characteristic of getting that position in a referee staff is you got to have a good arm because he threw that flag, on a line 17, 18 yards on that face mask. And, I mean, you got to give him a little credit there. He short-armed it a little bit. I mean, he didn't crow hop or anything like that.
I think one of the most embarrassing things that ever happened to me in football, I got a penalty, and the ref threw the flag and hit me with it. No, you did
it. That'll happen. And there's Hester.
Nice little move, gets to the outside, gets out of bounds. Looks like he might have picked up 2.
Yeah, that's a positive play for Hester. You never have to wonder whether Michael Hester is going to run hard, play hard.
He's 100 miles an hour.
He just doesn't carry a lot of lick when he gets there because he's just not a big bear. He's not, but he plays hard as all these War Eagles do every Friday night.
Castaneda looking over the defense, takes a snap. Looking, has to step up, and he is brought down. Pretty good coverage by that Bentonville West defense there.
And a nice decision there by Dom to step up into the pocket. Things weren't going very well. You could see that everybody's covered and get back up to the line of scrimmage and not take a big loss. So
it brings up third, and it looks like he lost a yard on that play. They bring Jake Stout into the ball game, and he replaces Danny Basurdo. Castaneda throws it complete. Nope, it's incomplete to Terrell Myers.
One of the few times Terrell doesn't suck it in.
You see these West DBs. Terrell has burned them a couple times. They're giving him some cushion out there.
They are. And rightfully so. I mean, when you think of possibly, you got a big lead and they can catch it in front, tackle them. I mean, so yeah, they're well off. 10-yard cushion on the top of your screen there with Terrell Myers.
Castaneda, takes the snap. Well, didn't take the snap. The ball was snapped and he wasn't ready for it. And Hester picks it up and was able to gain 3 yards on the play, but that is well short of the first down. So the Bentonville West Wolverines will take over on downs. They will take over at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, somebody didn't have the snap count right. And there's one guy out there that I think is more important than any other is the center.
Yes.
And it looked like he might not have had it. He and Dom didn't have the same communication. But West will take over. 8:02 left, clock running, 45-7, Bentonville West.
Pauk, the new quarterback.
17 is a new back.
And that is Ishmael Feliz. Feliz on that carry.
Looks like a lot of new numbers. It used to, back in the day, Jermaine, you knew this. You could tell who was in the game and who wasn't by what color their uniform was in the fourth quarter. But now when we play all on this pretty carpeting, everybody's uniform looks good way down, way back.
Pauk with another pass. Wow. 10-5 touchdown. That is Jackson Lane. Pauk with another beautiful throw. Very good throw by the sophomore there.
Yeah, it's 2 beautiful throws by the sophomore. And that makes it 51-7 with 7:06 left.
I'm getting a bunch of texts. Arkansas basketball is looking good.
Stop it.
So it looks like West, yeah, they're going to line up for the extra point. I thought they were they're going to kick it.
Yeah, West's passing game tonight has been really, really special. They've got to be pushing almost 400 yards on the game.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, you could make the argument that Pauk has come in and his throws have been for a 2-point conversion, and he's going to
incomplete.
Throws an incomplete. So
well, I want to say something maybe on the edge, but I don't think the guys on the other sideline are making any friends tonight.
No.
With a bomb pass up 51-7 and a fake field goal when you're up 51-7.
No,
because that ball was caught cleanly, and that guy got up and ran with it. It wasn't happening. Oh no, it was. We're going to try and put 2 on the board to make it 53-7.
And then on the sideline over there, they're going to, their coach is going to, well, we're just running our offense now.
So I just to,
you have other
it would make
that.
It just kind of raises a question.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not just running your. I mean, you have run plays, right? You don't just, But they've thrown the ball. What? They've probably thrown the ball 70% of the time. Tonight?
Yeah, and that can be their offense. And I don't want to be too critical, but unless I missed it, I have the good fortune of sitting here and watching it play live, and because of the delay, I can see part of it after it. And I didn't feel like that ball was bobbled. Maybe I'm wrong. I felt like that guy got up, and we're going to fake an extra point.
No, yeah, that was a called play. I mean, you don't just take the snap and run wide. That was and then just decide to throw it. I mean, if it's what do you call it, a freak out and
it's just like
an old snap play.
Yeah, exactly. We lost it, and now we're going to have to get up because I bobbled the snap, but that didn't seem like that at all.
No, that was a design on that 2-point conversion.
This one really not going the way we had hoped. A big, turn of momentum right there at the end of the first half with an interception. It looked like Dom's arm got hit, and that turned into 7 more points and really, really separated out, which it looked like Heritage was about ready to cut the lead in half, only to go down, 28 at halftime. So it was really like a 14-point swing there with, in the last minute of the game. So,
and
the half, I'm sorry.
We had some success moving the ball. I mean, if you think if we would have scored a touchdown there, I think we would have. If we scored there, we would have been. I think we would have been looking at a completely different ball game than we are right now. I mean, the kids had momentum. You saw what the defense did after we scored that first touchdown. They had them in a. I think they had West in a third and 20.
Yeah. That
very next drive, and we were able to get off the field and. Driving and then just, unfortunate.
Yeah, Evan Gordon there with a nice run, a 10-yard run for a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Heritage here, 5:09 left. Heritage trying to get something positive here at the end of the game. Still got Castaneda in the game as well as most of the starters. The handoff goes to Hester.
There's Hester with a Devin Hester type spin.
He's the shifty guy, I'll tell you.
He's got some wiggle. What coaches call it. He's got some wiggle. Well, it's going to bring up second.
So it's a 5-yard gain. So 15 yards rushing here on this series. Right, 4:30 left here in the fourth quarter.
Castaneda is an empty set, but Hester shifts into the backfield. Hester gets the handoff. He's going to take it down to the 41-yard line.
And it's going to be another first down.
First down, War Eagles. Like you're seeing a lot of guys from West, a lot of numbers we hadn't seen, especially across that defensive front.
Yeah, and a lot of clean jerseys we have said years ago.
The best analogy that my O-line coach told me in college, he's like, how your left tackle had a good game is if the quarterback's uniform is clean and your left tackle's uniform is clean.
That's right.
That's how you
right.
know your left tackle had a good game. Now, if your quarterback's uniform is dirty and your left tackle's uniform is dirty, you got a problem.
100 years ago, we watched the Green Bay Packer playoff game against the 49ers in some Lambeau Field slop, and at the end of the game, there was only one guy whose back of his jersey was not dirty, and that was Gilbert Brown, the nose tackle for the Packers. So if you just looked at his jersey and knew where he played, you could say they probably had a pretty good game defensively because Gilbert Brown's back of his jersey was not dirty at all.
Dirty at all.
His butt wasn't dirty or anything. He played the whole game going forward. So Heritage here, 3rd and 5 at their own 45-yard line. 2:41 left.
Castaneda looking over their defense, takes a snap, looking, throws it deep. He's going to go to Myers again. High
And
points
that's gonna
the
be a
ball,
catch.
and it is caught again, folks. What a catch.
He's got some really, really good hands. I know he's playing banged up, and he should be commended for that, but he's had a big game in a game that's one-sided where he could have just kind of limped out of it, but he chose to stay in there and play. So if you have any question about Terrell Myers' heart, I think
that
answers that right there, because I know he kind of limped through practice this week.
He's a senior playing hard, Coach.
Yeah. Good for him.
Castaneda takes a snap, hands it off to Hester, straight up the gut. Hester makes a man miss in the hole, gets it up to the 20-yard line. Gain of 5 there. It'll be gain of 4, so it'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. Counting it down here, 1:39 left. Looking forward to next week's game. Who do we play next week, Jermaine? It's a good question. It's about the same. It's about as easy as the answer is what I can expect from my basketball team this season.
Let's see, schedule.
And that's going to be a first down for Heritage on a nice run by Evan Gordon.
Play Fayetteville, and that's I think that's here, isn't it? Yeah. It's at Fayetteville, and then we finish it
with Rogers here. Rogers at home.
Crosstown rivalry, that final, it's that second weekend in November. Deer hunting weekend. That's right. Evan Gordon, again, a nice run right up the middle. First and goal, Heritage. First and goal for the
Nice,
Warriors.
like to see Evan Gordon get in here too. He's another one that's played his guts out all year long, and he's going to get in there.
He's going to get in for the score. Touchdown, War Eagles with 36 seconds left in the game. We're going to end this game on a positive note here. Evan Gordon in for 6.
Yeah, nice play by Evan. And again, you commend some of these guys that are out there battling in light of the scoreboard. So kind of really shows a lot of their character and who they really are. And I guess that's what we're really all about, isn't it?
So with 10 seconds left in the game, continuous clock, Heritage is lining up for the extra point, and it is
barely good.
Good.
You know what barely good is, Jermaine?
Good enough.
Barely good means good. So yeah, so looks like that's gonna end it, and West is gonna come away with the conference victory, 51-14. Jermaine, any other thoughts before we sign off until next week?
I thought we did some good things tonight. We moved the ball. We were able to string some drives together. Like we said, that the turning point in that game was the unfortunate interception from a tipped when Dom got hit and then kind of short-armed the ball right into the arms of a Bentonville West defender. But the kids battled. We see the improvement. On defense especially, we mentioned it before, we were able to, for the most part, negate their running attack, and that's been kind of a sore spot for our defense. We were able to stop the run tonight. Got to get better on the perimeter. That screen pass game, that screen game really gave us problems tonight. But overall, we're getting better. We're improving, and the kids still have a lot to play for. There's a lot of pride at this school. We're always going to give our best effort. Even though we come up on the short end tonight, but we still gave a good effort. And West, they came in, they played well. So props to them, but we will be back next week.
Yes, and again, I just to echo what you said, Jermaine. I feel like the team, even on a short end and in a tough season, is really hanging together, and they're playing together and they're competing, and that's really good. So where are we going to end it? So we're going to end it going down to our sideline, Audrey Greenwell, and for Jermaine and I, we'll catch you again at another time. It was fun, Jermaine. I'll give you a fist bump. We'll always look forward to it.
What's up, War Eagles? I'm Audrey coming to you from the sideline. We have just finished our homecoming game. Obviously, it didn't go the way we expected, but that's okay. Hopefully, it didn't go the way we expected, but that's okay. And we just hope that y'all can tune in next week for when we go to Fayetteville. Peace out, War Eagles. All done. All done.